Okay, Sarah, can you tell me the topics that we were practicing um last weekend?
Okay, the last weekend we we learned about we talk about the their conditional.
Okay, very good. The third conditional. Yes. Okay. What else did we practice?
Um, you you did me a homework,
Okay, you gave a homework.
yeah, about the second conditional, the five pictures, two pictures about their conditional. Today we going to talk about this this
Okay.
topic.
Okay, very good. Yes, we're going to discuss a little bit about that. Okay. Um, so we're going to start the class today. Today we're going to start with the second unit in the second unit of the level. Okay, that is in this case unit number 8. Okay, so we're going to start with the modal verbs. Okay, so we're going to start with modal verbs.
Okay,
And we're going to make a review about that, okay? So, in this case, we have some modal verbs that are used in present, okay? So, those modal verbs are can and could, but could, remember that is in past, but it's a modal verb, okay? We have might and may. We have must, sorry, must, have to, and should. Okay, so can and could are used to talk about abilities. Abilities. So may and might are used to talk about possibilities. Okay, and must, have to, and should are used to talk about, they are used to uh, strong obligations or recommendations or recommendations. Okay, so we have can and could, might and may, must, have to, should. Okay, so but these modal verbs are used instead of an auxiliary verb. Why? Because they make the function of an auxiliary verb. Okay, so can and could for abilities. Could also is used here in possibilities. Okay, so you can use could also for possibilities. Okay, must, have to are used for obligations. And should for recommendations or advices. Okay, advices. Now let's make an example. Okay, so remember, can is for abilities. Okay, so you can say Charles can play the guitar very well. Okay, and if you notice here, we are using can, the modal verb can, okay? And this is for abilities, okay? Now, let's talk about possibilities. So, if we talk about might, okay, just let me explain you how to use might, because besides this part, we are going to use the past modal verbs. Okay, so in this case, may and might are used for possibilities. But might is used for less possibilities. So imagine that we have may here and might. Okay, so might have like a 70% that something is going to happen. Might is the 50%. Okay, and also might is used for asking about permissions. Okay, asking about permissions. So do you have any question right now?
When use my and may, when talk about the permissions,
No, just might.
might.
Just
Okay.
might. Sorry, just may. Just may. For
Okay.
example, you can say here, teacher, can I go to the bathroom or to the restaurant? Can I go to the restaurant or can I go to the bathroom? Instead of using can, you can use may. And may is more politely. May I go to the bathroom? May is used like in a politely way, como de una forma más educada. What is used for permissions?
Okay.
And might is used just when you say something. For example, now the sky is clear. Okay, so you can say, oh, so look at the sky. I think it might rain, like a short prediction, but you know that it's not going to happen. Why? Because first we are in November, and then because it's we have let's percentage that it's going to rain, right? Because of the weather. Okay, so that is the use of might. Now, let's talk about must, have to, and should. Okay, so when we want to talk about, okay, we have could, right? Could is also for possibilities. We can say poder in past, like yo pude hacer algo for abilities, or could like possibilities. In this case, for possibilities, it means podría. Okay. For example, could you stay at home today? Could you stay at home today? Or you can say, I could help you tonight. Okay, yo podría ayudarte. Okay, now what happened if we talk about must, have to, and should? Okay, where must is used to talk about strong obligations. Strong obligations. Have to is about obligations, okay? And here you can say is if it is in negative, mustn't, you can say, you can talk about something that is prohibited, for prohibitions. Okay, for prohibitions. Have to for obligations or recommendations. And should is for recommendations or advices. Okay, so must, deber. So you must do the homework because it's for tomorrow. Have to, obligations or recommendations. You have to do your homework because it's for tomorrow. Okay, but if you don't want to do the homework, it's okay, right? And should is for recommendations or advices. Example, imagine that you are sick. I could say, okay, you should go to the doctor because you look very bad today. Okay, so that is the use of. Hi, Christopher.
Hi, good morning.
Okay, example. Prohibitions. You mustn't smoke here. Prohibitions. You must go to work early. Why? Because your boss will be angry. Let's see. Mary has to. Mary has to do the cleaning. But she's working. Okay. And should. Imagine this one. I broke up with my boyfriend. That's an example. With my boyfriend yesterday. I should take a break for some months. Okay. Yo debería. Yo debería. Yo tengo que. O ella tiene que. Y aquí, deber. Deber o no debes. Okay. Any question?
No, teacher.
No? Okay, thank you so much. Christopher?
No, teacher.
No? Okay. So first we started giving some review about this part because then we are going to start with the past modal verbs, okay? So that's why it's good that you understand these modal verbs and that they're used, okay? Very good. Okay, so let's keep this part, okay, and let's continue with the class, okay? Okay, very good. Now, let's start. Okay, look at here. This is, guys, this conversation is on page number 37 if you want to see it, okay? So this conversation is on page number 37, unit number 10, okay? So look at here, it says, hey Manuel, how's it going? Hi Alex, not so good. I'm really worried. Why? What happened? I totally forgot about the homework. And the teacher is going to be angry because I didn't do the previous one either. Oh, I'm sorry. You should have remembered and you could have written it down on your agenda. I wish I had done my homework. It was really easy. I could have gotten a 10. Next time I will send you a message so you don't forget the homework. I would appreciate that. Thanks. Okay, now look at this conversation. They are discussing because some of their friends forgot the homework, forgot to do the homework. But look at here, we have some modal verbs. For example, we have should, we have could, okay. Also, we have another could here. Okay, so we have 3 modal verbs, okay? So look at here, you should have remembered. Do you remember what's the meaning of should? Do you know what's the meaning of should? Uh-huh.
Debería.
Okay, very good. Yes, debería. What is the meaning of could?
Podría.
Yeah, very good. It is podría. Very good. Okay, now it says, oh, I'm sorry. You should. Now, look at this part. We have the present perfect. Tenemos el present perfect. And what happened with the present perfect? Where with the present perfect, guys, the modal verb with the combination of the present perfect are called the past modal verbs, okay? So, should, debería. And what do you think is the meaning of have remembered? Okay, so have remembered means haber recordado. Haber recordado. Entonces, ¿cómo sería aquí? Tú deberías de haber recordado. And you could have written. Tú pudiste haber escrito. Okay, so when you want to talk about something about regrets, okay, we can use the past modal verbs, okay? So let's start. Okay, look at here. It says past modal verbs. Past modal verbs are must, could, might, and made with have plus past participle. Okay, so look at here. We don't use can because can is in present. The past of can is could. Okay, so plus past participle are used to talk about superstitions or speculations regarding a past event, related to a past event. These are called the modal perfect tense. That is called the modal perfect tense, okay? So example number 1, can you read it please? Christopher?
Okay. The cat has escaped. I must have left the window open by mistake.
Okay, very good. I must have left. Yo debí haber dejado. Okay, I must have left. Okay, next one, Sarah. Claire.
Claire has left her handbag here. She must have left in a rush.
Okay, very good. So she must have left in a rush. So hand back here, okay? So the last one. I don't know why he did that. He could have hurt himself. He could have hurt himself. Él pudo haberse herido él mismo. Okay. Good. Now let's start. We're going to start with May. Okay. So we're going to start with May. So look at here what it says. Why isn't John here? Well, I don't know. Well, I don't know. Sorry. He may have missed the train. He may have missed the train. So look at something in particular. When we used modal verbs, the verb doesn't change. It's in base form, okay? Very good. Now, look at here what it says. We used might, we use may and might to speculate about the past, to speculate something, okay? But remember that might has more possibilities of, sorry, in may, that is may have more possibilities that something is true. And may is just when you think about it, okay? But you don't know, okay? For example, in this case, we can say, okay, I need to pay my bills, okay? I need to pay my bills, but I might forget, I might have forgotten the cost of, how much is it, okay? Pero yo debí haber olvidado cuánto era, okay? Okay, so may and might to speculate about the past, okay? Okay, very good. So guys, for every right here. Okay, in this case, what is this structure? So the structure is subject plus modal verb plus present perfect plus complement. Why present perfect? Because of this. I might have done my homework. Yesterday. I may have done my homework yesterday. Okay, I might have done my homework yesterday. And what does it mean in Spanish? Yo pude. Yo pude haber hecho mi tarea ayer. Okay. Yo pude haber hecho la tarea ayer. So look at here, this one. I might have done my homework yesterday. I might have done my homework yesterday. Okay, so I might. Yo podría haber hecho mi tarea ayer. But you didn't. Yo podría. So imagine that you have a lot of homeworks. Okay, you have a lots of homeworks. You say, okay, this homework is for next Saturday. So I can make the homework for tomorrow. So instead of saying that part, so you can say, I might have done my homework yesterday. I teacher, but I couldn't because I wanted to sleep because of this and this and this. Any question about it?
No, teacher.
No? Okay. Now just we are practicing, right? Okay, we are discussing these topics, okay? Now, that is the use of may and might, speculations, okay, in the past. Now, look at here what it says. So she is imagined. She's imagined something, okay? Now, look at here what it says. The car came around the corner so fast, I might have been killed. I might have been killed. And it says, we use might to speculate something that didn't happen. Okay, something that didn't happen. For example, like accidents. For example, when you know something that already happened and you were in that place. Okay, that's why here the example. That's why here the example says the car came around the corner so fast and I might have been killed. Okay. So that is about might. Something that you imagine, that you speculate, but didn't happen. Okay, now let's go with the next one. Let's talk about could. So look at here what it says. We use could to talk about abilities in the past, when we talk about ability in the past. So look at the example. I could have been a professional dancer, but I broke my leg when I was 17. I could have been a professional dancer, but I broke my leg when I was 17. And abilities in the past. I could have been. Yo podría haber sido. Yo pude haber sido. Okay. For example, you can say, okay, I could have been a vet, but I didn't have enough money to go to the university. Okay, so that's an example. Or you can say, okay, I could have traveled to the United States, but I couldn't get the pizza. Okay. So that is about could, abilities in the past. Okay. Now, look at this. Look at this. Let's talk about must. It says that we use must to talk about what is believed to be certain in the past. Now look at the example. The bicycle has disappeared. It must have been stolen. Okay, must talk about what is believed to be certain in the past, something that you think that it happened, okay? So the bicycle has disappeared, ha desaparecido. It must have been stolen, debió haber sido robada, okay? Debió haber sido robada. That is about must. So remember, negative mustn't, okay? Okay, now look at this. It says use should. We use should to talk about number one, past mistakes. Two, recommends. Three, criticized. Okay, criticized. Okay. Okay, criticize strongly. Okay, like cuando te regaña, right? Okay, so look at example. Look at the example, it says, you should have been here 2 hours ago. Sorry, the traffic was, okay, like excuses. Okay, so past mistakes, recommends or criticize strongly. Okay, now let's talk about would. Can we use would? Yes, we can use would. Remember that would is the past of will, okay? It's the past of will. Okay, now look at here, but this one is commonly used for conditionals, okay? This is used for conditionals, okay? It says, the example, if I had passed my exams, I would have become a doctor. Now, look at here what it says. Use would to talk about past possibilities and consequences, okay? So this is about, this is used, guys, for the third conditional. Do you remember that last Saturday we practiced conditionals, right? And also we practiced the third conditional. So that is about the third conditional. That's why we use would, okay? I would. Okay, now we are going to do some exercises, okay? Using modal verbs, using past modal verbs, okay? So it says past modal verb exercise, and it says match. So we're going to match the right side, the right items, sorry, the left items with the right items, okay? So let's start. So number one, Jane is in a terrible mood today. Mood. Jane is in a terrible mood today. She's angry, she's upset, she's mad with someone, okay? Mood. She's happy, okay? Mood. So Jane is in a terrible mood today. So which one do you think is the correct one? A, B, C, D, E, or F?
I think B.
Okay, so you think it's letter B. She must,
Yeah.
she mustn't have gotten enough sleep. Okay, yeah, but it's not that one.
Letter D.
Okay, letter D. It says she could have had a fight with her husband. Oh, yeah. Yes, it's that one. In this case is the letter, okay, sorry, is letter D. Okay, she could have had a fight with her husband. Yes, okay. Number two, Brian got a cold and looked worried. Brian got a cold and looked worried. So it says he might have gotten a rise. It's a boy. He might not have done his report on time, or he couldn't have heard good news. Which one do you think?
Letter C.
Letter C. He might not have done his report on time. Okay, but reports are about his job. Okay, but
I think letter F.
okay, thank you. Okay, in this case, remember that it says that he got a call. So someone called him, okay? So in this case is letter F. He couldn't have heard. No pudo haber escuchado. He couldn't have heard. Good news. Okay, very good. Now, let's go with number 3. The teacher looks happy today. The teacher looks very happy today. Okay. Why do you think the teacher is happy? Okay. This is let's see. This is a boy, okay? So this is a boy. You can say he might have gotten a raise, or he might not have done his reports on time. Which one? A or C?
A.
You say letter A, okay? So guys, in this case is letter A. He might have gotten a raise. Okay, so what is the meaning of raise? Raise is, for example, when you work and your boss study. Okay, so here you have a $100 more. So that is a rise, un aumento. Okay, that is a rise, un aumento. Okay, number 4. Number 4 says, okay, Laura couldn't keep her eyes opened. Laura couldn't keep her eyes opened. Which one?
B.
Very good. In this case is letter B. Great. Okay, next one. Jeff was fired from his job. Jeff was fired from his job. So it means that he is not going to continue working. Jeff was fired from his job. Which one?
Letter C.
C.
Very good. Yes, it's letter C. He might not have done his reports on time. Okay, number 6. My cousin is short of money again. Short of money. It means that he doesn't have money. Okay, which one?
Letter E.
Very good, letter E. Yeah. She must have spent too much last month. Haber gastado. Okay, very good. So, any question about this part? No? Okay, just remember, might is used to talk about a speculation, something that happened, okay? Something that you don't know, but it could happen. So we use must. Must, in this case, when you know something, okay, when you know something, but you are not certain about it, okay? Might is used for speculation, but it probably that it couldn't happen, okay? Could for abilities in the past, okay? Abilities or requests, okay? Okay, forget. Now, let's reconnect it again because we don't have enough time.